Welcome to Sounds of Brass.
Now, it's over to Peter Webster. In the Sounds of Brass newsroom, for this week's latest Sounds of Brass news.
Andrew Duncan has relinquished his conducting role with the Dalmellington Brass Band after nearly 2 years at the helm. The Scottish composer, range adjudicator and tuba maestro took over the baton in April last year from Gary Williams. Andrew commented by saying, "I really enjoyed working with Dalmellington. They are a fantastic, committed group of players and are a band with a really fine tradition. However, I can't now commit to taking regular weekly rehearsals alongside my growing writing and playing commitments. I'd like to thank the band for all the hard work which they have committed over the last couple of years." Yorkshire's Skipton Brass Band recently enjoyed a bit of time travel when the band was invited to join the cast of the popular Channel 5 British television series All Creatures Great and Small. The series follows the life of a 1940s rural veterinary practice in the Yorkshire Dales, and Skipton Brass Band were used to bring the 1945 VJ Day celebrations to life by adding the sounds of a proud Yorkshire brass band. In the season 6 finale, Skipton Brass features in a dramatic scene on the moors where a beacon is lit to celebrate the end of World War II. Accompanied by the poignant rendition of I Vow to Thee My Country, which was arranged by musical director Adrian Austin, Adrian commented by saying, "We're absolutely thrilled to be part of All Creatures Great and Small. Being part of bringing this momentum into history to life was like travelling back in time somehow. As we were filming, we all felt like we were actually there in 1945, as the set, script and costume design felt so real. It's been a fantastic opportunity for the band to be featured in such a popular show to contribute to its nostalgic charm. It also highlighted the important contributions that brass bands made to communities during wartime, performing at factories, military bases and other wartime venues." The episode featuring the band can now be seen on UK's Channel 5's My Time platform. The 75th anniversary World Music Contest, the WMC, will take place in Kirkrade from the 9th of July to the 2nd of August 2026. It will feature around 200 bands and ensembles from all over the world. The event, which takes place every 4 years, will include 4 brass band competitions. The draws for playing order in each division will be made on the 22nd of November 2025, with tickets becoming available from January 2026. Bjorn Buss, artistic director of the WMC, commented by saying, "In previous editions, the lower divisions were particularly large, but for 2026, we see strong representation from the higher divisions, the first division and the concert division. The emphasis, the high quality of the field." The concert division will feature 12 top brass bands from 8 countries, headed by defending champions brass band Vilbrook from Belgium. They will be joined by a strong contingent from the UK, with former winner Corey, the Cooperation Band from Scotland and Flowers Band from England. In addition, former world, Swiss, European and British Open Championship brass band Tres Etoiles will make the trip, as will Belgian contenders Festival Brass Band, the Americans of Five Lakes City Band, the Dutch brass band Schoenhoven, Japanese of Immortal Brass Band Eternally, the Austrians of RET Brass Band, and the Antipodean pairing of Austria Brass and Wellington Brass from New Zealand. The time and date of all performances will be announced on Saturday, November the 22nd, during a live stream on www.wmc.nl, 3 p.m. CET time. That's www.wmc.nl, and that will commence at 3 p.m. CET time. It is with great sadness that, sadly, Peter Fraser, MBE, the Scottish Brass Band Association's honorary vice president, passed away earlier this week. Peter was a towering figure in Scottish brass banding and had been a devoted servant to the musical community for over 7 decades. Peter, SBBA honorary vice president and contest controller for the Scottish Challenge contest, had been an active supporter of Scottish banding for more than 70 years, during which time he had had an enduring connection with his beloved Kirkintock. His relation with Kirkeye marks one of the most remarkable periods of continuous service in the history of Scottish brass banding. He contributed as a player, manager, administrator, mentor, and ultimately president of the organisation. His leadership, stability, and unwavering commitment helped guide the band through triumphs, challenges, and generations of challenge. Beyond his work in Kirkintilloch, Peter played a vital national role as the SBBA honorary vice president and previously as a long-serving representative for the West of Scotland. His dedication, integrity and passion for the brass band movement earned him widespread respect across Scotland and beyond. Peter's unswerving service to playback recording service for the blind and visually impaired as its coordinator earned him the MBE as well as the SBBA President's Award for Outstanding Achievement. Those honours that reflected not only his longevity, but also the profound impact he had on the musical landscape and disability services. To those who knew him, Peter was much more than a leader. He was a constant source of encouragement, wisdom and warmth. His belief in community music and his power to shape lives will remain one of the greatest legacies. Our thoughts are to everyone at the SBBA Kirkintilloch band, his family, friends and all who were fortunate enough to know him. SBBA President Carrie Boakes paid tribute, stating, "It cannot be overstated how Peter helped to shape Scottish and European banding and SBBA itself, and he will also be deeply missed by everyone whose lives he touched." In late October, 7 bands from across the borders, the Lothians, took part in a Lathian Youth Brass Band contest at St Ronan's School, playing for the consideration of adjudicators Stephanie Kennedy, Glasgow-based conductor, soloist and tutor. In line with the aim of the day to promote music in a fun and supportive environment, Stephanie provided extremely positive and constructive feedback to all bands following their performances. She placed Lonehead Brass Roots and Newton Grange Junior Band first in the preparatory section, Maroon Brass first in the novice section, and Gail Shields Youth Band first in the development section. It was a brilliant morning of music from all those young players, and we were pleased to welcome all of the youth bands to Lathian, commented Mark Cockburn, chair of the management committee of St Ronan's Silver Band. The focus of our event is to provide a supportive environment for young musicians to perform and grow. The quality of the music was excellent, and it was great to see so many people come out to support the youngsters. The results for the day were as follows. Preparatory section, Lonehead Brass Roots and Newton Grange Junior Band under direction of Alan Fernie got gold. Winner, Tweed Valley Junior Brass, Keith Bellsville, silver novice section, maroon brass under the direction of Stuart Black, gold winner. Howick saxonettes under the direction of Stuart Black got gold. Peeblesborough Youth Band under the direction of Keith Belleville got silver, and St Ronan's Future Band under the direction of Keith Belleville, silver, and the development section, Galashiels Youth Band under the direction of Stuart Black received gold as a winner. And I must say, if there's any of those names that I did mispronounce, I do apologise. Helen Varley has performed her last concert with Grimethorpe Colliery Band on solo horn after her recent tough decision to step down from the position and take a break from banding. Helen has held the solo horn position at Grimethorpe since 2017, and in that time has been involved in several musical project recordings and countless contest performances. Helen also made a huge contribution to her Grimethorpe Adventure project, which is a series of storytelling pieces aimed at brass players of all ages and abilities with band parts that accompany them. Helen commented by saying, "It's been a privilege to have been custodian of the solo horn seat for the past 8 years. I grew up listening to the phenomenal sound of classic Grimethorpe recordings, and being able to sit on stage and play iconic pieces like MacArthur Park for real is always a thrill. I've got some unforgettable memories and made some fantastic friends, and whilst I'm sad to be stepping back from banding, I'm looking forward to supporting Grimethorpe from the audience side of the stage in future." Band manager Andy Kennedy commented by saying, "Helen's commitment as the band person has been admirable, and we would like to say a huge thank you to Helen for her time with the band. Applications for solo horn in confidence to band manager Andy Kennedy. You can contact Andy Kennedy at contact@grimethorpeband.com. That's contact@grimethorpeband.com. Black Dyke Band has announced Tom Hutchinson as the brand new principal cornet player. Tom's exceptional talent was evident from a young age. He held the position of principal cornet at the National Youth Brass Band of Great Britain and went on to study at the Royal Northern College of Music. Tom, who is no stranger to Black Dyke, he played for the band between 2005 and 2009 alongside Richard Marshall, winning 2 British Opens and 2 national titles. He then accepted an invitation from Dr. Robert Childs to join Corey as principal cornet. Black Dyke's musical director, Professor Nicholas Childs, commented by saying, "Tom is a fantastic musician, and I'm confident that he will grace the seat with equal virtuosity to those that have gone before." Tom commented by saying, "The principal seat at Black Dyke is a once-in-a-generation opportunity, and it is a dream come true. I would like to place on record, though, my sincere thanks to Phil Harper and all my fellow band's members at Corey. We have had some wonderful times, and the memories will remain with me forever." Tom, who has won 29 titles whilst at Corey, included five European, 4 national championships and 4 British Opens. He is the only principal cornet player to have won 3 British Open solo prizes. As Black Dyke continued to survive for musical excellence, Tom will provide an integral part of the band's success. Tom's first official engagement will be held at Huddersfield Town Hall on 21st of December 2025. Live from the Sounds of Brass newsroom, I'm Peter Webster, and that was your weekly Brass Band Entertainment, and Brass Band World News.